Today we're going to have a look at grasses, and they're incredible plants because they give you that sense of movement. And you know, if you've ever laid down in a sort of a meadow and just felt that incredible peace and relaxation when you are there amongst the grasses. And there's a lot of grasses now which can give you colour into the winter. So whereas before sometimes they looked a little bit untidy or tatty, if you get the blend right, they can look really good. In this little video, we're going to look at some lovely planting at Kew Gardens in particular, of where they've used grasses around benches to really good effect. Planting of this pennisetum around the seats. Look at the way that just softens it. Really nice planting that is. It's another bench with another grass. It's Mescanthus, Sinensis, Grasimelis, lovely Mescanthus, that one. This detail here on the pyramids, and you see you've got the little cone at the top. Just finishes it off, just gives it that little bit of a detail. So look at this one. This is it's even better Mescanthus. This is Mescanthus napolensis, and of course you've got Verbena bonariensis popping through it, and it really works well around this bench. Some great ideas for planting around benches.
We have Mike enjoying himself on the bench.
And you can see here with this napolensis, it's moving around you, so so it's really relaxing actually. It's just like being in a field with long grasses in it. So yeah, you could certainly fall asleep here. With steeper Gigantica in it this time, another grass. So this plant is the beautiful Breezer Maxima Quaker grass, and it's a lovely grass, a lovely old cottagey grass which moves around in the winds, so it's a really good addition to the cottage garden. Here we've got the lovely Keras Cumin's frosted curls. See the little sort of end parts of the grass sheaths are just slightly curled round. It makes a really nice sort of architectural grass. This plant is the lovely Keras Protensis, and this is an Oreo variegatus form, so a golden variegation, which can add some really nice winter colour. And you've got those long plumes of flowers, and Protensis means of the meadow. Here we have the really big Arundodonax, and this one can be a great plant at the back of an herbaceous border just to provide some height and extra interest. This is Carrick's Cumin's bronze, and it provides just an interesting colour, you know, against some other sort of greens or yellows, and even a transition into sort of reds. It works really well. Festuca Elijah Blue is one of the sort of sheep's fescues, and it's an absolute brilliant plant. It likes quite dry conditions, but it even works well with anything sort of silver or blue, you know, with Hostas siboldiana, with Geranio silostemon. It even works well under roses, some of the, you know, the lovely red Rosa rubrifolia or glauca, and it can look really stunning in those situations, as well as in a scree or dryscape garden. Of course, the great steeper Gigantica or Gigantia, an absolute fabulous plant. It goes on flowering for 3 or 4 months of the year, and incredible long sort of plumes of these lovely white and orangey spikelets, which are great. There are many forms of steeper tenuissima, but this one moves with the wind, so it just gives you that beautiful choreography, moving in drifts around. And especially if you've got the right planting of pinks or yellows and different colours. There's also ponytails, which is a beautiful one, which has got really nodding heads on it. This is the lovely Carex Moroi variegata. Really strong variegation. You can see it looks really good against the greens around it and provides some really good winter colour. This is the Discampsia flexuosa. This is the lovely sort of wavy hair grass, and it's a a beautiful plant. When it's in flower, actually, the heads just wave around really easily when the wind moves through them. Unfortunately, this hasn't got the spikelets on it to see, but it's a beautiful plant. Untitled rubra provides a nice sort of deep, reddy sort of orange colour, again, which can be useful, particularly if you've got a monochromatic border, a red border, and you want some underplanting. It can work really well. Of course, one of the best ways to use grasses is combining them with other plants. You can see in the background there that we've got Mescanthus, Sinensis, Sabrinus with those beautiful sort of Nyphophia, the sort of red hot pokers, and they're really good contrast. And in the foreground, we've used Carex testacea, Prairie de Faux, that means prairie on fire, with gazanias. And it worked really well in this garden, based on the Chronicles of Narnia that we did at Gardeners World Live. You can also see that we used a Discampsia and one or two other plants for the hair on Aslan's head. And of course the beautiful Pennisetum, the foxtail kind of grasses, Alopecuroides, this beautiful straight spikelet coming up against the grasses, and some of them actually are higher than the grasses on the Pennisetum. So this is a really top plant as it goes into the autumn. Really interesting form and colour. And of course we've got the traditional Cordateria saloana, the pampas grass, in full feathers there, as you can see, and it looks quite stately on the edge of an herbaceous border, but equally as a specimen in a lawn it can look quite, really stunning. This is the Phalaris, and this is a variegated Phalaris, and again, good strong colour through the winter. Can be a little invasive at times, but certainly got that bold variegated, slightly nodding foliage. And here we got the lovely Hacanacloa. This is the Aureola, the Macrantha type golden one, and it's really strong contrast there against that lovely blue Corydalis in the background. You've got the two colours practically complement each other there, the light blue with the light yellow. Here we've got the beautiful pink Cordateria Saloana rosea, and you can see slightly curled on those spikelets, feathers, but it looks really good to give you that nice sort of rosea colour. And then of course we've got the beautiful Imperta cylindrica rubra, this really strong coloured grass. It emerges a little bit later into the year, but that red with other reds and colours like that can look stunning. It looks good against cobbles, so really nice plant to have in your design for if you're using grasses. Well, hopefully that's given you a few ideas of how to use grasses in the landscape.